Alright, start off easy. I think everyone can do this. I know this is going to look simple, but we're going to get a little, trickier towards the end. X equals 0, right? I mean, I don't even have to show the work. Alright, so let's compound that. Alright, if we have A and B, we don't know what either one of them is right now, but we know that they multiply to equal 0, well then, you can assume either A equals 0 or B equals 0. Right? I mean, A or B could be anything, but one of them has to be 0. So that's what this whole lesson is going to be predicated on. First, I'm going to go through this, copy some things, and this is something we should know. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, let's do this. Let's consider this A and this B. I mean, we're multiplying two things together, so therefore we could assume one of them is 0, right? So, same thing, same concept. So I'm going to say, okay, either x plus 1 equals 0, or x plus 2 equals 0. So when I assume that, then I can find what x is. So x would equal -1, and x would equal, -2. Okay, so that's the basis of what you're going to be... Oh, nope. I meant to highlight. That's the basis of what you're going to be learning. So, we're going to look at a problem like this. But before we do that, I got to teach you how it works. So, real quick, this is a review. If you missed it, here it is real quick. I mean, I called it FOIL because I think most teachers in high school call it that, so I want to be consistent, but really what it is just you're distributing two things. I'm going to move that down so Okay, so x times x would be x squared. I'm doing this one now, x times 2, which would be plus 2x. Now with the 1 I'm going to multiply, plus 1x plus 2. Alright, so you're going to be left with something that looks like this. X squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 2. Okay, so the best way to think of this is it's a mini little puzzle. This is a very easy problem. So what you're trying to do is, this one we're not going to really focus on today. I'll do that after. That's kind of that's when these get really hard. I have to remember, I came up with a shortcut. I'll remember it, how to do that. Okay, B, you're trying to add to. And C, you're trying to multiply to. Okay, so the reason, first you're going to just do this. You make 2 parentheses, and you're going to put, since we have A is 1, that's the easiest one. So you're going to just put x times x. That right there will check off x squared. Okay, that takes care of our x squared. So now we're going to have to add to the 3x. So we're going to put, and also, we have to multiply to 2. So the only number combination that you could have is 2 and 1 here. So we have 2, 1. And now you got to check your signs. If they're both plus, which they are in here, you're just going to put plus plus. I mean, that's an easy way to look at it. But if you wanted to check, I already did the check kind of for you in the beginning, you could check to see that it equals that. So what we're saying right now is x squared plus 3x, not 2, plus 2 equals x plus 2 x plus 1. So right now we're saying that these two things are the same thing. They look completely different, but they mean the same thing. Okay, why is that important? All right, up until now, you've only solved equations like, I don't know, let's do 3x plus 2 plus, I don't know, x plus 1 equals, I don't know. Something like that. Something simple. I'll keep it simple. So, we have no exponents there. Okay? Well, unfortunately, the way things work, if you were to toss a ball, or I want to show you like video game mechanics, but basically our world, the way we could show the traveling of a ball through the air, that's with a quadratic equation that has a x squared. So you know how to solve linear equations. That's for like calculating or like seeing the difference between two prices of two companies. That'd be an easy example of that. This is really, you're going to use this equation a lot in physics and applications of real life models. So this is really powerful stuff. It's going to help you, and it's just another way to solve problems. So let's go try one. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you would solve this. You want it to look like this. You want to get... The real issue with this is when you're solving for x and there's no exponent, your whole goal is to get x alone. When you have x squared, you have to do something completely different. Your goal here is to get 0 alone. You want to get everything like this. Okay, so now we're going to set up our little parentheses and start factoring. So here we go. So we have this equals 0, and this is going to come in and be very important at the end. Alright, so since there's nothing in front of the x squared, we can just put xx. Now we have a predicament because we have plus, minus. That means one of our signs has to be minus, one of our signs has to be negative. Okay, so I'm just going to, randomly put it in. You could have put minus, plus. It doesn't matter. All right, so now I need to multiply to 8. And add or subtract, you could think of because it's plus minus, to 7. So, you could think 4 and 2, that's not going to do it because the highest you could get is 6 or 2. If you add, you get 6. If you subtract, you get 2. 8 and 1, you could get 9. If you subtract, you get 7. So that's your answer. So you're going to have to put, you want the 8 to be positive, though, because this is, this is positive. So, positive 8, you got minus 1, and now we've solved this. I'm going to erase this so I could show you what you could do. So, you're one step away from getting x. So, x plus 8 equals 0, and x minus 1 equals 0. So now you're going to have x equals negative 8, and x equals positive 1. That's basically the gist of it. I will go over this more, but this is getting really long. I wanted to keep this under 5 minutes. It's already 9, so sorry, but I hope that makes sense.